So, you're building a new, energy-efficient home in Tennessee. That's fantastic. But there's a decision you're going to face that is absolutely crucial for your comfort, your health, and frankly, your energy bills. And it's all about how your house breathes. We're going to break down two little acronyms you'll hear a lot, HRV and ERV. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll know exactly which one is right for your home.
It's kind of a wild paradox when you think about it. We build these amazing, high-performance homes sealed up super tight to save energy. But that exact same airtightness, well, it can actually trap a whole bunch of nasty stuff inside. So what's the hidden downside to being so efficient? Okay, here's the deal. A house that can't breathe on its own can't let anything out either. All that moisture from cooking and showers, those chemical gases from new paint and furniture, plus dust and odors, it's all just stuck in there with you. And here in Tennessee, with our famous humidity, all that trapped moisture is basically a welcome mat for mold. That's not just bad for your house, it's really bad for your health.
So what's the answer? We're not going to go back to building drafty, inefficient houses, right? Of course not. The modern solution is mechanical ventilation. But we're not talking about just any old fan. We need a smart, balanced system.
Now, this is way different from, say, a simple bathroom fan. An old exhaust-only fan just yanks air out of your house, and then unfiltered, humid air just forces its way in through whatever cracks it can find. A balanced system, though, is so much more sophisticated. It's a controlled one-for-one exchange. For every bit of stale air it pushes out, it brings in the exact same amount of fresh, filtered air.
This is honestly the perfect way to think about it. Your home is literally inhaling fresh, clean air while exhaling all the stale, polluted air that was trapped inside. This constant, gentle breathing is what makes a home truly healthy.
Okay, so both HRVs and ERVs are balanced systems. They both recover energy from the air you're getting rid of, but the entire debate between the two, it all boils down to one single critical thing, how they handle moisture. And that one little difference, well, it changes absolutely everything.
This slide just nails the comparison. An HRV can only transfer heat. The best analogy is two plastic straws next to each other. Heat can pass between them, but moisture is totally blocked. An ERV, on the other hand, is like it's made of a high-tech material like Gore-Tex. It transfers the heat, sure, but it also lets water vapor pass right through its special core. This distinction, it's everything.
So that's the theory. It's great. But how do these systems actually perform in the real world? Let's put them to the test right here in a typical Tennessee climate. We'll look at our hot, humid summers and our cold, dry winters.
All right, first up to the plate, the HRV. The challenge is a classic Tennessee day. It is hot and it is sticky. So how does a system that only transfers heat deal with all that humidity?
And here is the problem. The HRV does its job on the heat, and it does it well. It pre-cools that 92-degree air, which is great. But look what happens with the humidity. Absolutely nothing. It just dumps that soupy 85% humidity air right into your house. Now your air conditioner has to work overtime to rip all that moisture out, and that means higher energy bills and a sticky, uncomfortable home. No, thank you.
Okay, let's run that same exact summer day again, but this time, let's swap in the ERV. Remember, this is the one that can handle both heat and moisture.
Now this is a total game changer. The ERV pulls in that hot, wet air and does two things at once. It pre-cools it, and its special core wicks that moisture away, transferring it to the stale air that's on its way out. So the air actually entering your home is already pre-dehumidified. The ERV is actively helping your air conditioner. That saves energy and makes you feel way more comfortable.
All right, so summer is a pretty clear win for the ERV. But what happens when the seasons change? Let's switch gears to a cold, dry winter day and see how they stack up.
In the winter, the HRV is great at recovering heat, which definitely saves you money on your heating bill. But remember, it's a total barrier to moisture. So it sees that nice, comfortable 40% humidity you've got inside, and it just throws it away, dumps it right outside while bringing in that bone-dry winter air. The result? Your indoor humidity plummets. You get dry skin, static shock, and you might even see gaps forming in your hardwood floors.
So how does our Gore-Tex straw analogy hold up when it gets cold? Let's see how the ERV handles that winter challenge.
This is fantastic. The ERV not only recovers the heat, but it also captures that precious moisture from the air that's leaving and transfers it back into the fresh, incoming air. It saves your heat and it saves your humidity. It works with our climate in both seasons, keeping your home comfortable and efficient all year long.
So, after putting these systems through both a humid summer and a dry winter, the conclusion, well, it's not just clear, it's undeniable.
And look, this isn't just an opinion. This is based on real building science. The Department of Energy classifies all of Tennessee as a mixed humid climate. That humid part is the key. It means our single biggest energy challenge in the summer is getting rid of moisture. So any ventilation system we pick has to be able to manage it.
I love this quote because it just sums it up perfectly. An HRV is a great piece of technology, but it's a tool designed for a different place, like up in Minnesota or Canada. Here in Tennessee, it is simply the wrong tool for the job. Period.
Okay, so the ERV is the clear choice. But you know, a great tool is only as good as the person who uses it. Let's talk about what you need to know to make sure it gets installed and maintained the right way. So here's what you need to ask your builder, and listen closely to their answers. Make sure they have experience not just installing these things, but properly balancing them. That is the key to making sure the airflow is perfect. The last thing you want is someone learning how to do this for the first time on your brand new home.
And you know, the good news is, owning one of these is simple. The maintenance really just comes down to cleaning the filters a few times a year and vacuuming the core once a year. The most important thing to remember, though, is to never wash an ERV core with water. You'll ruin that special membrane. Just a simple vacuum is all it needs.
You know, we spend so much time and energy choosing the things we see in our homes, the floors, the paint colors, the countertops. But this decision, the one about your ventilation system, it's about something that's totally invisible, but it's so much more important. The quality of the air that you and your family are going to breathe every single day. So have you planned for it?